Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is James Camaro, VP of Sales and National Expansion for Medicus Global. Hope everybody's having an amazing Thursday evening. Um, Calling in here from the beautiful village of Rhinebeck, New York. I do call Rhinebeck home. And I also am here tonight with my lovely wife, Yvonne, who is going to be listening to our very, very special webinar tonight. And we've got a really, really powerful webinar in store for everyone. We've been talking about our lab testing products for quite some time. Well, tonight we're going to get into the meat and potatoes, or the meat and bones, if you would, of our lab testing program. And we're going to talk tonight specifically about newborn carrier screening testing. So we have many different tests that we can offer as affiliates for Medicus. But we're going to start tonight just with a very, very powerful, and I think, in my opinion, probably a very one of the most important. They're all important, but we're going to talk about tonight newborn carrier screening testing, and that's essentially really getting into a testing, or a test, if you would, to make sure that that unborn child is going to be healthy, or if there are things that need to be addressed to be able to make sure that it is born healthy. So very, very powerful and profound material we're going to cover tonight. Now we are not going to get into tonight exactly how to sell this particular test. That's going to be next week. So be prepared. Next week we're going to have an hour training with a lab specialist. It's going to be 1 hour, and he is going to go through how exactly to sell these, how to set them up, how to get the doctors going with them, etc. So you'll know exactly how to bring the product into the market. So tonight we're just going to really train on what this specific product or test is. So we're very, very excited about it. We're also going to share a very, very exciting story, a very successful story, social proof, if you would, on how this is now working, and there is big money starting to be made, and we haven't even scratched the tip of the iceberg. And I'd like to add some more excitement to that by introducing our VP of Corporate Development, Mr. Kevin Young. Take it a little bit further. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, James. Appreciate everybody's presence this evening on this webinar, wherever you are on this planet Earth. We appreciate everything that you're about, what you're doing, and welcome to the Medicus Global Opportunity. My name is Kevin Young. I'm out here in a little town called Seattle, Washington, where it is raining and 58 degrees. There you go. I want to first thank you, James. Acknowledge Mr. Camaro joining the team here in the last month. He's our new Vice President of Sales and National Expansion. He brings a tremendous wealth of knowledge in the direct sales industry and has proven himself in the last 20-something years all around the planet. We're just very fortunate to have him aboard, and we're very thankful, and I think you're going to see in the future a lot of amazing training programs and things that will help you build your network, and not only your network, really your self-worth and what it means to be successful at your personal development. So with that said, we've got a lot of information tonight. This is a little bit more technical than some of our other trainings, but I'm learning about this myself. As we go forward, I've always been fascinated with the medical industry. My brother is 71 years old. He's been in the medical industry for years, and I told him a little bit about what I've been doing the last year, and he's fascinated by it. And he was in the military, he was an MP, he was a Green Beret, and he's now doing a lot of robotic surgeries, and a lot of the stuff, the outpatient stuff that's happening is also now starting to operate within the telemedicine sphere. So we're telemedicine, but really Medicus, which is a Greek term for doctor, is we're going out as a business to become the largest brand, not in alternative healthcare per se, but functional healthcare that does things and brings people wellness by the masses. And we're doing that through a business opportunity. And for those of you who are on here this evening, particularly the brand new people or the guests, come onto this call with your eyes wide open and with your heart wide open. Try to listen to every word and see if you catch what we're catching. This is a very, very big opportunity. And I say that once in a great while in our lives, we either see one or we see two, and we have the choice to make that decision. And usually it's because somebody who cared for you enough to invite you on to look at something like this. So we hope that this fits you like a glove. We hope that you like this company. Within my little basket of what I do, I work with the management team, and we're working around the clock to make sure that all the operations all the compliance, all the legal aspect, the software, the commissions, all of that works as best as possible so that you can have as flawless as possible experience in building your business. If you take advantage of this in the next couple of years and go build yourself a significant network and use these labs and these technologies and these opportunities that we have, you can literally change your life. And you can potentially leave that job and maybe go on and do something that you never thought you could do before. We know that can happen. All of us on this call have done that before, and we're doing that again. We're very proud to be sharing this with you this evening. So thank you again, everybody, wherever you're from. We appreciate your time. We love you very much, and we're looking forward to the success in your future. Back to you, James. Mr. Camaro?
Sorry about that, Kevin. I was muted.
No problem. No problem.
Thanks, Kevin, for chiming in. I know you're working so hard around the clock, as we all are, to just move everything forward and really produce just an amazing network marketing model and platform with the best telemedicine products on the planet that will help people to be able to write their own stories and change lives forever on a global scale. So that being said, we're going to get right into the training. And we'd like to introduce, we have a very special guest tonight, our Chief Executive Officer and the President of Medicus Global, Stephen Rossiter. Stephen's going to take us step by step because he is the most knowledgeable and experienced person that I've ever met when it comes to telemedicine and lab testing and any of our specialty pharmacies. So we're very, very honored to have the best CEO that I've ever worked with in almost my 30-year career, not only in network marketing but outside of network marketing. Thank you, Stephen Rossiter, for being with us tonight. We hand it over to you.
Absolutely, and thank you, James. Thank you, Kevin, very much. And I'd like to just say hello to everyone to start off. Also kicking off with this particular conversation, which is deep and dear to my heart, especially when we're talking about families and we're talking about life-changing events and things that happen that are the unexpected. This is the first lab that we'll be doing trainings on tonight, but I also want to let everybody know that our Vice President, Robert Anderson, is on the call tonight just to make sure that the compliance side with everything that we're doing, he'll jump in. Robert, are you there?
Yes, I am, Stephen.
Fantastic.
Hello.
Okay.
Just like to say hello and thank you for joining our webinar on the labs. We're very excited that we're kicking this portion of the products off, and I look forward to helping everyone, and we're excited, and we can't wait for next week when we have a special guest on that's going to actually tell us how to introduce it to the physicians out in the community.
Absolutely. Thank you, Robert, very much. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start a little bit different off to what you are used to, especially with me presenting. I want everybody to take a second and just sit back, just relax for a second, close your eyes. I want you to envision some things that I'm about to tell you. Each and every one of us has had an experience, whether it's with our own family or with a cousin or with an aunt, somebody experiencing the miracle of a new life, the miracle of bringing a baby into this world, and the amazing opportunity, the amazing feeling, and just that moment when that baby comes into this world and starting your family or bringing in your second child, third, fourth, fifth, it doesn't matter. We all have different sized families, but that moment, there's nothing more that a mother wants and a father to make sure that everything possible that they can do has been completed. Now with technology, now with what's out, cutting edge testing, you learn so much more about this prior to ever giving birth to that child. And that is a very important thing. After we always, 20 years ago, this technology was unheard of, okay? 20 years ago, it was just, okay, I hope everything works. You say your prayers, you do everything you can, but you really can't control much with that. Now, as this develops, with coming in with the newborn genetic testing on DNA testing and carrier screening testing, there's a lot that you can know prior to ever getting to that moment of that time where all we want is our own child, our own family members to be healthy, to be, come into this world with both arms and both legs, breathing healthy, having everything that they need, and live a healthy life and become an amazing person as they grow up and create all those memories that we all say, that's real life. Let's forget business. We're going to talk about money at the end of this. You're going to be amazed by this. But just talking about that family, talking about that moment. We all go home to our wives and to our children, and we always want what's best for them. So with that being said, this first part of what we're going to talk about today is one of the labs that is being introduced. We are going to get into this lab testing. A great idea actually from our Vice President of Corporate Development, Kevin Young. Great idea. We're going to create a Medicus University that's going to be able to let you go into a portal in your back office if you have the correct licensing and the package that you need to be able to access this lab environment, to be able to go and train as you wish and create this. So we're not doing so many calls teaching about each lab, but rather than teaching each lab, teaching about how to get in and learn all this so we can get started right away on this, because the process of labs have begun. It's something that everyone's been asking about, everyone's been looking forward to. All of our associates constantly, the most emails we have come into corporate right now is, when can we do labs? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this starts tonight. As we start developing this over the next 7 days, you will have all the tools and everything that you need to make this an amazing process and absolutely change your life. We have an amazing telemedicine platform. You already have the ability to have anybody access physicians now and absolutely change 70% of doctors' visits just by the telemedicine service. We also have the specialty pharmacy, which is very, very simple to do. Very simple. You have your package, you get your script pads, you are talking to people, they go and speak to their physicians. It's that simple. Okay. When we get into labs, it's a little bit more entailed, but the return on this is substantial as well. This is truly a business in itself. This is one of the many things that Medicus Global has to offer. Okay. And something that's dear to me, we've experienced, some of the worst case scenarios in my family personally that, I wish we were able to have this technology prior to that. So this is something that's very dear to my heart, very dear to my family, and I'm sure everyone can relate on this call as well. So I want to start this off as, we're speaking specifically about one of our labs. Okay, we're talking about a newborn baby, still the pregnant mom, still before the baby is actually born, the testing that is available to absolutely change everything with that birth. Okay, I want to start off with one of the marketing materials because we are marketing. We are marketing. We look at things that are available to you. We have great little flyers and posters that will be available for every associate to use to be able to put in doctors' offices or share with friends and family or direct people in the right direction. And one of those is what you see right here on the screen. And it's very, very simple. Are you thinking of having a baby? It's one of the most common things that are in the U.S. and around the world. That's just part of humanity. That's part of humanity. That's why we bring all these great people into this world. It all starts from the same process. So thinking of having a baby. Devastating hereditary conditions seem to occur without warning. But a simple test can inform you if your child is at increased risk. So ask your doctor about carrier screening. There's a lot more to this flyer. There's more above it and below it. But I wanted you to see this message. This is a very, very powerful message because, moms, dads, families all around the world, you can relate to this. It's the biggest fear that happens. You just want everything to be perfect. You want everything to go right, and you don't know really until the process happens. So with that said, this is one of our marketing materials that will be available, plus many more. We have trifolds available. We have flyers available. We have everything that you're going to have your hands on and be able to absolutely market this at the utmost highest level in the industry today. Moving forward, I just want to talk a little bit about what this test is and what is carrier screening test. Okay, a carrier screening is a non-invasive genetic mutation test that can identify if you are a carrier for multiple prevalent and devastating hereditary diseases that can be passed down unknowingly to children. The worst possible experience. This includes diseases such as what you see on the list here: cystic fibrosis, Bloom syndrome, sickle cell disease, all these different things that you see on your screen right now. There's no way before now, there's really no way to ever really know these important questions of the unexpected, and most families would never even know to think about this. And they're hit with this before they ever get to the point of giving birth. Why is carrier screening important? Well, it's massively important if you look at these numbers especially. You know, about 80% of all recessive diseases, such as the ones you see, the cystic fibrosis, the sickle cell anemia, all these different things, occur in families with no known family history. They don't know anything about what's happened over the past years or 100 years or what have you of a disease, and therefore have no indicator that they are carrying a disease causing mutation. And we're going to save the mutation for the Medicus University. It's very important to understand that and what it means by when we talk about mutation. In populations where carrying testing is prevalent, of disease had dropped by as much as 90%. I want you to look at those numbers there. It dropped as much as 90% in populations where the carrier testing is available. Okay, that's a big number. We are absolutely changing the era. We're changing the way things are done when we're starting our families. There's now ways that you can find information and get what you need and do the preventative side and work towards creating that healthy family. How is the carrier screening performed? The test can be performed very simple by a mouth rinse with the saliva or a blood collection. You know, it all depends. The collection method is based on the preference of the provider of their setting. So what this means is the screening that's performed is based on the physician that's performing the screening. But we offer every part of that screening. You know, most common screening with this is going to be a mouth rinse. It's simply like a bottle of scope, like a bottle of mouthwash that you put in your mouth, you gargle around, and you put it back into a vial, and those testings are sent. And what you can change with your family is unbelievable. It's that simple. Okay? Who may be a carrier of a hereditary disease? This is one of the questions, you know, that blew me away because, you know, whether you know this or not, anyone can be a carrier. Any mother, any type of pregnancy, the things that happen of the unknown, the unexpected, it could be passed down from generations of generations that you never even knew about. Anyone can be a carrier. Studies have shown that the likelihood of being a carrier for an inherited genetic disease can be as high as 1 in 4 for certain populations. So 1 in 4 people. Think of that number. Look around where you're at. Look at where you went to the store today. Look at where when you were in your office or when you were at work or, you know, when you travel down the road, how many cars you passed. 1 in 4 can have this. So this particular test, this particular screening, this particular lab is massively, massively important. And what's great about it, it's actually very simple to get your hands on it. And the way this is being provided, part of the way this is being provided in the industry today is by you, everyone that's on this call, everyone that's an associate, everyone who has the ability to share this. Your hands and your work efforts can put this in front of as many mothers today, as many families today, and have this test put through. And it's very, very simple to make this happen. And that's what our goal is to get all the information to everyone and make sure that you know exactly what to do so that time is of the essence. You know, I mean, we can look at the population of how many babies are born each day, how many babies are born each day around the world, how many babies are born in the United States, how many families are starting off. It's one of the most common things that happen in the medical field today. And a lot of people are doing this blind. A lot of people are doing this not knowing anything. And now this changes that entire opportunity for everyone. Who is eligible for the carrier screening? I love the pictures on the bottom of this, by the way. This speaks 1,000 words right here. But carrier screening for some diseases is recommended by the American College of the OB/GYN and the American College of Medical Genetics for all patients of reproductive age. Think about that. All patients of reproductive age. How many people does that impact? How many people is that involved? Okay? And then what's fantastic about this is the insurance side. You know, when it comes to pregnant mothers, when it comes to new families, the insurance is very common, whether it comes in from government, whether it comes in, you know, if you are an underprivileged family and you don't have the funds to go through the certain things, you have state assistance, you have federal assistance, whatever it be, or you have private health care, or you have a full-time job, you have your insurance, whatever it may be. Most insurances cover carrier testing for all people of reproductive age, since it is a much more cost-effective to prevent these diseases than to treat them. So I want you to, you know, also take a look at this for a second. Why do insurance pay? This is a very expensive test, and insurance cover it because the cost of them as an insurance company to have to treat this for in some cases for the rest of the life of that child, all the way till it's middle age and becoming a. Some situations they have to treat this forever. Imagine the cost on that. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars that are being spent to treat these such things. This can be prevented by this test. Prevented. Okay? So insurance companies are massively pushing this. Most all of them cover this. Most all of them cover this because, you know, the more cost effective to prevent these diseases than to treat them. Okay, so that's, you're looking at it as one of the most unbelievable things that I have seen yet since I've been involved with the medical industry. And not only this, you absolutely will have a business out of this. What better peace of mind will you have going to bed at night knowing that you changed the lives of a child coming into this world? Okay, so there's much more to this than, you know, just selling tests. Absolutely, there's a business. You're going to hear in just a minute of what we've already have on social proof that we've done in some testing that we've done from our corporate office in Florida that absolutely changed your life. But at the same time, what you're being able to do to help that mother. You know, for all the moms that are on this call today, for all the moms that are involved with this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know that moment when you had your child, and you know that moment that you were in fear, and you take that look when that child is born and that miracle of birth happens, and you take that moment and you just take that breath when, okay, everything's okay. Not everyone has that luxury. Not everyone is able to have that. And we might have mothers on this call or mothers listening to this recording that, you know, we're in the worst case scenario that, you know, their child, you know, on the horrific side was born with something that is going to change the rest of everyone's life in that family. We don't love our children any different. We don't love our children. We take whatever God has brought to us, we take whatever the miracle comes, and we embrace that. But if you can find out before, would this be important to you? And I think that answer across the board is a yes all the way around. Okay. I want to show you what the reports look like, what the physicians actually receive. We understand the power of this. You know, I don't want to go through a lot of conversations on this because this is very specific stuff. This really tells you some amazing things. The next generation's genetic carrier testing, this is what a report looks like when it comes back positive. Okay, meaning there is something that was put into this that your child has whatever risk levels that are there to be able, you know, to have a specific disease that they're open to. This one is talking specifically about cystic fibrosis. You know, this is life-changing, ladies and gentlemen. This is life-changing. This report, prior to anything going on, knows that you are a carrier of this particular disease. You are a carrier of that. So how do we prevent that? Well, you're able to know that prior to having a baby. Okay, so this is huge. So this comes back and it lets you know as a parent. And yes, it's worrying. Yes, it's devastating to hit this information. But now, how are we going to fix this? How are we going to work with physicians, and how are we going to work with things to make my child come into this world absolutely 100% healthy? And that's what the power of this has. The next part of this is the next generation's genetic carrier testing that shows a negative. You see down on the bottom. I'll back up just a second. You see down here where the cursor is going around. It tells you, and I know it's a little bit blurry probably because of the size here, but the disease is cystic fibrosis. Okay, it lets you know the gene. It lets you know the results and the mutation. This is what physicians need to know to help you. It also gives all the information of the patient, the specimen information, and as well as the who it was ordered by. And this is all done and sent to the insurance company, etc. And I'm going to show you the whole process from the time that the test happens all the way to the time that you're finding out the results. We're going to see a visual of that here in just a second. This is one that is the same process, but you come back with the results of negative. How much stress does that relieve off of you as a parent? How much can you focus on everything you need to do to prepare for this? Okay, so knowing the negative and knowing the positive side of this is huge on the development of you as a parent. And to anybody out here that doesn't know anything about this, this is new technology, ladies and gentlemen. We're not saying that this isn't out already and people are already practicing this, but I'm going to show you in a minute on where the market's at now, where it was in 2012, and where it's headed in 2022 in just a second. But again, you can see that this is absolutely powerful information that changes the way families are today. You know, some families will have their first child, and maybe that devastating moment of finding out that your child is not going to be as healthy as you thought it was, and that the work that you have stops that family from reproducing any more children. And maybe you guys wanted to have 4 children and you stopped with 1 because you have fear. If I have this now, I don't want to bring another child into this world like this. Well, this absolutely changes everything, from the first child, the second child, third child, whatever it may be. Very powerful here, ladies and gentlemen. Very powerful. So I want to talk, we're going to move into a little bit of visuals here. You see the side of this, that how the reports look. You see the side of, and it's very simple. It's very simple. You see the sides of how this can impact anyone. You know, how many people do we know that don't have a family? How many people we know that aren't married and wanting to have children, or wanting to help with society and wanting to help that mother that's absolutely stressed out and worried about everything? This gives peace of mind. So the newborn ID genetic carrier testing, okay? This is what the lab looks like, where it goes to. This is just some cool things that I was looking at as we were putting this together. You know, this is just a facility. It's always good too just to see the visuals, okay? This is the Gene ID lab. The organization that is handling these labs with us, with Medicus Global, is Gene ID. So you can research that. The name of the company is Gene ID, okay? This is exactly what they do. And it's an amazing, amazing thing that is provided to families and helping moms and dads and everything around the world today. And in the United States, it's massive. Insurance companies are covering this. So this isn't a sale that you have to go get a credit card. But on the same side, there's a cash value to this as well. Let's say a parent doesn't have it, and they can't. Would a mother pay for this testing? Absolutely. Think about yourself. We'll find a way to make this happen, because I need to know. I need to know what's going on. I need to know that this is going to be a healthy process, because if the technology's here and I don't use it, you're going to live with doubt for the rest of your life. Knowing that it's here, you're going to do what it takes. Now, yes, most insurance companies do cover it, but on the same side, you have the ability to purchase this on your own as well. And this is one of the most profitable, for a business side, one of the most profitable sides to the labs that we have. This is one of the biggies. It's preventative. It's bringing a child into this world that can save hundreds of millions of dollars to insurance companies all over the place. I want to talk a little bit about numbers. Okay, the Global Next Generation Sequencing, the NGS. All right, the market size was in U.S. dollars $2 billion in 2014. That was the market size, and is expected to register an average growth, the CAGR, of 40.1% from 2015 to 2022 to almost $28 billion. Okay, take a look at these graphs. The U.S. Next Generation Sequencing market by application. This is 2012 to 2022. So it's 2016 now, ladies and gentlemen. We're right in the middle of this. Look at the growth from now to 2022. We're just speaking about prenatal testing in the oncology. This is specifically talking about one side of many parts of the lab testings that we have available. So the market that's available in this is only going to grow. There's no going backwards. No going backwards on this. This is absolutely growing and will become as natural as having a cell phone. Will become exactly everything, part of the process of having a child, part of the process of this. It will become as easy as ordering a hamburger at a fast food restaurant. That's how, this is where this is heading. So you look at the growth in the middle and you see the green side, which is the oncology, and you see the prenatal, the largest parts of this. And it's moving to a $28 billion in 2022. We're in 2016. You can see the growth, you can see the opportunity here, you can see everything going on. So with this being said, you know, as a company, as we move into this, we're becoming better at what we do. We're becoming better at developing that turnkey clinic that you're looking for, that opportunity to be able to promote this, market this, provide this, and possibly use it for your own family. Use it for your own. Share this with your children. Share this with your cousins, your aunts and uncles, and friends and neighbors, and people at church, and people at the recreation center, people on the sports teams that your kids play on. Letting people know that this is here is massively crucial. But you now have the ability, when this is set up and you have providers that offer this, directing them in the right direction. Directing them, what doctor's office is this carrying these specifically? Where can I go get this? You know, this is huge. I'm telling you right now that if a mother finds out about this, they're going the next day to set their appointment up. You got to know now. This is one of those things that I have to know this now. You know, we're not looking to see who the next winner of American Idol is. We're looking to see about my family. We're looking to see what's coming about. So And the fact that most of this is unknown, most of this, and when we talk about carrier testings, it's unknown in the world, that most families are still having children today, not even knowing anything about what they could have done prior to having that child. So with this being said, we did do a testing. You know, we pulled some information on some already ran things here, and somebody who, and I'll leave the names, but this is true testimonial here, ladies and gentlemen. This is true social proof. You know, somebody that was able to pull over 21, 22 labs in a provider, just in a doctor's location, the commission structure on that. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention. I want you to, again, sit back and listen to what I'm about to tell you. The opportunity for this person, what the commissions was to them, and this was a testing side. We're getting ready to release this to all of you. On the testing side, the commission side for just this specific test was around $11,000 in commission. And I want you to listen to that for a second. I know we all shake our heads right now and say, what? $11,000 in commission for having a provider that had over 21, 22, 23 labs that happened in the course of a month. So you can see the power behind just this in a business. And I back up a second. You know, I said in the beginning of this presentation today to you, telling you about this specific ID, what you're doing before the money. So now there's a way to change my lifestyle. I mean, what could we do with an extra $10,000 a month? What could we do by setting up providers and setting up doctor's offices with this? And you can have that residual income every single month, and you know, you go to bed every night knowing that not only are you changing the lives of families, you're revolutionizing the way that families are bringing children into this world today, but also you're changing your own life as well financially. Very, very powerful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to move into this next slide because I want to show you the process on this. Because again, even this specific plus everything else is available to everyone right now. You have the ability to come in, and I know I'm going to bring James back on in here in just a second, because we have the packages and the licensing, and we're offering this through Medicus Global to all of our associates, okay? And the ability to have all the corporate stuff that has to be done for you, all the creations of the marketing materials, everything to the process, the step-by-step on what to do, all you're doing is marketing. You're not taking any credit cards from anyone. You're not taking any information from anyone. You're just simply marketing something on your business. Truly that turnkey digital clinic that is changing the way healthcare is done today. And Medicus Global is proud to be the one behind that. So as we look at this, this is a bit of a flow chart, I'll say. This is a bit of a flow chart. And as you take the visuals, you can kind of see the direction that this is going. And that is as we start as the account executive, the associate here that made this possible. We move into the gene ID receives the sample via FedEx. So the sample goes into the lab. That's this square here. As we move across, we go to the insurance pre-authorization, the insurance approval to go ahead and run this lab. There's a process there. All that's done right in the beginning. So you know also as an associate that this is more than likely going to go through. There's very few times that it doesn't, but there are certain circumstances that happen. But for the most part, it does go through. As we move into this next part, the sample preparation. The DNA is extracted from the actual mouthwash or from whatever means of how this sample was created, whether it's blood, whether it's taking a sample of whatever shape, or even, like I said, on the mouthwash. The DNA is extracted and it's qualified. So at that point, we know, okay, this is going into the lab, and this is why we say the insurance pre-authorization. There could be a sample issue if there was. Very few times this happens, but at this point, if the DNA can't be extracted and it can't be qualified, we have to cancel this particular process, get in contact with the patient. You don't have to worry about any of this. Patient goes back and does another sample. As it moves into the next side of this, this is the library preparation. The DNA is fragmented into the desired size of whatever the lab is looking for, and the adapters are attached to every sample, okay, allowing us to sequence multiple libraries at a time. So we're creating the entire sample on this. As we move to the other part, the template is now done. Libraries are put together, amplified in preparation for sequencing. And I know that we're talking about some big words here, but it's interesting to see this. It's a very amazing process on how it works. And then it moves into the next side. That's put together and made into the sample that's actually digitally recorded the actual sequence. Okay, the data review is done. The data analysts, confirmatory testing, and clinical interpretation. and then the reporting side is done. You remember the reports that I showed you before, whether it's positive or negative, those reports are created at this point. The medical and lab directors make the approval on this. After it goes to the lab, you have the head honchos take a look at this. Okay, we're done. The report is now on the generation. The results are delivery. At that point, the insurance company is then officially billed. Okay, so the whole process is done. It's officially billed, but at the same time, it's going to the insurance company for the billing. The final side of it is going back to the doctor's office or doctor, or being involved now with the patient to review this information. And this is the whole flow chart of how the process works. You know, and as I just went through this, it's very, very simple. But this is important to understand this, because these visuals that you see now will be available to you as you're speaking to people. Because, you know, another thing that's important with a mom or a family, you know, they want to see everything that's going on. You know, how do I know this is legit? How do I know this is for real? Well, we provide all this for you to show this, and there's so many testimonials that will come about on this, and so many things that, and doctors will be educated. They know what to speak about this, and you're speaking to your actual family physician. You're speaking to the doctor that's going to be with you through your whole pregnancy and possibly be the one that delivers your child. So this is a big process, and I know, see, we're at 36 minutes now as we've started this presentation, and you see in probably less than 25 minutes I was able to explain all this to you. And you're able to see exactly the importance and what's behind this. You see how it can change lives. You see how it can be put into to effect into families, and you also see that there's a massive profit side to you as marketing this as well. So this is a win-win all the way around. So with this that you're seeing in front of you right now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll absolutely have more information on this. We're developing the step-by-step process to be able for you to go into the Medicus University that will be available in the back offices of everyone who has the license to be able to market this. So you will have a special side to your back office, and I'm going to bring James on in just a second to talk about that, but having the correct package and licensing to be able to do this will provide that opportunity for you. And when I tell you the information that we've and that we've put together, ladies and gentlemen, the reason for the delay on this, and I know we've all been waiting for this, and I know we have new people maybe be saying, what delay? Well, we've been working several months on this to create a step-by-step process, an educational side of this, to absolutely put you into business being able to market these particular types of products and labs. So with that being said, on the Medicus University side, you will be able to access as much as you would like to access. You'll have links. Instead of going, like I said at the beginning of this call, instead of going through this step-by-step every Thursday talking about a new lab, we're going to be teaching people how to access the Medicus University and train themselves on the times that they are available, fit your schedule, and how to go through and navigate between this, and how to go through and see all these things so that you can start this right away, because within the next 7 days, all of our associates who are qualified and licensed to be able to do this are going to be able to start marketing this. This is absolutely amazing stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We're not even speaking about the cancer DNA screening. We're not speaking about all the other types of testings that we have. This is specifically one test. So every single test has all this same information on it. Marketing materials, trifolds that you have available that you can print off on your own and put them inside doctor's office or share them with friends and families and neighbors and loved ones and everyone around your community. And we can set up a provider locally. We can market through social media. We can market around, and you can absolutely build an amazing business with this. And at the same time, you're absolutely changing lives. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for the time that you've allowed me as your president of Medicus Global to be able to go through this. And I wanted to come on tonight and speak about this, because this is obviously a big part of what my vision and passion is. And I hope that relates to a lot of you on this call, because it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing to see and even be able to meet some of the families as you're doing this and see they go through the whole process and they give birth, and you've become a part of that family now. You've helped them tremendously. There's so much more to this than just money, but at the end of the day, there's a massive business to be able to have on this. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring Mr. James Camaro back on, our Vice President of Sales and National Expansion, and have him close us out tonight with some information on where to move from here as far as getting that license and understanding the time frame and a little bit of things that are going on over the next 6 days that you want to go ahead and move and get this done right away so that you have access to all of this. James, are you there?
Yes, I am, Stephen. Thank you very much. How is my audio?
Very good, very good.
Very good. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I am sitting here and I am awe-inspired by what our president and CEO just trained us on. That information, in all my years in the network marketing industry, I have never seen a product line that has been developed that comes close to anything that we have here. I am just in awe, Stephen, by what you just went through, and we haven't even scratched the surface of where this is going to go and the lives that are going to be touched and changed. And one of the things I just want to talk about just for a minute or so is every great company, every great team, every great organization has a positive impact on humanity in some way, shape, or form, caring truly about human beings and families and their futures. Yes, a financial reward is very important for people, but we're talking about here, we're talking about touching and changing lives of families and potential families. That, in my opinion, is a true blessing and just an incredible mission statement for all of us to live by. That's really what Medicus represents, in my opinion. We have a solution for healthcare with our telemedicine product. We have now our lab testing that are going to have a positive impact on families and their futures. Combine that with our opportunity to change people's financial futures. As you heard from our president, we have tested this lab testing product, and we have seen evidence, proof that there is an $11,000 commission. Stephen, I'm blown away by that. By one person making a connection to a provider, and 21 tests done, $11,000 made. And if you think about that, we also kick, that's 40% commission to that person, but we're also putting 15% into level one. So if that person was in your level one, you would have made this month $1,650 just on that one person and those lab tests. If it was in your level two, you would make a whopping $550 because it's 5% on your level two. Ladies and gentlemen, in my network marketing career, and Stephen, you and I and Kevin have talked about this, we have never seen a company with a product that pays these incredible amounts of commissions. We're talking about life-changing labs, but we're also talking about life-changing income. Your own medical clinic. That's really what Medicus offers. Now, to take it a step further, our Medicus University, which is going to be just a plethora of training and knowledge and tutorials, and we're going to break it into modules, so you'll know when you get into Medicus University, you're going to get welcome there, and then it's going to be broken down into very simple module platforms. You're going to take this module and complete it. You're going to take this module and complete it. So, not that it's going to be like a quantum physics course. It's going to be very simple, that every single person is going to be able to understand it and then know exactly in application how to go out and use it to build a very profitable lab testing side of their business in addition to everything else. So we're very, very excited about that. So your own medical clinic, a medical clinic in a box. Really, what is it worth is really my question. Thinking about our telemedicine, thinking about our specialty pharmacy, and tonight hearing about the first of many of our lab testing products that generated $11,000 to somebody in the month of June. And whoever is in level one, if it's in somebody's level one, it would be $1,650 and $550 in level two, because we have our 15% and our 5%. What is this type of business really worth? This is essentially a medical clinic that we now have in our hands, and we've just scratched the surface of the power of what our products can do. Now think about this. Think about an army of people going out there and sharing this life-saving product or this life-saving technology, if you would, and sharing this opportunity and sharing all of our other products. Think about if you had on your team 10 or 15 people in your level 1 or your level 2 or in your organization that were going out and setting up providers. And we're setting up specialty pharmacy, selling specialty pharmacy, and setting up telemedicine customers. Think about if you had 100 people doing that, or think about if you had 1,000 people doing that. Or there's some of you. Let's think even bigger. Suppose you had 10,000 people or 50,000 people. Think of the amount of income that would be generated for you and your organization with the most powerful products in the history of the network marketing industry. All of those people having those medical clinics, all of that life-changing technology and life-changing income being generated, what would all of that be worth? You really want to meditate on that for a moment. That's why we've put together our Founders Pack. And for $7.99, we talked about it in our opportunity presentation last night, you essentially have your medical business in a box. You will have the ability to go out and sell all of these life-changing products, but also start to earn life-changing income as we now have the social proof that it does work. And that 11,000, we're going to have, and this is just in my opinion, we're going to have people over the next year could be making upwards of 6 figures a month just on lab testing commissions. That's incredible. Amazing. Never been done before. So in our Founders Pack, it gives everyone the ability to take advantage, full advantage to sell all those products, position themselves to make as much money as they can from their business, because it is a business. We are doing great things for humanity, terrific things for humanity, but we also are in this to make money. As you in the field, you got started here because you're looking to change your financial future. Well, this Founders Pack will do exactly that, and not only give you the ability to market and sell all the products that we have, but anything down the road as well. We're coming up with stuff. You think this lab testing stuff is exciting? Wait till you see what we've got in store coming up over the next couple of months and the next year to 2 years. It's just going to blow your mind. So if you are working with some potential prospects that you're showing this plan to and showing the business, you have 6 days left to be able to share with them the Founders Pack at the very special price, initial price of $7.99. We're looking at that Founders Pack in July 1st, after midnight, to go to $1,500, and it's still a bargain at that. Think about all the money that can be made and all the things that you're going to have, the Medicus University and all those other things. But if you've got prospects or you want to share this, you've got about 6 days. Take a good run at it and offer people the special value. Now, if you're also in our existing family and you have not upgraded, take the leap of faith if you can, and be part of that Founders package. So you'll have that Medicus University, you'll have the training, and you'll also have the ability to go out and sell all these amazing products now and everything that we have in the future. So that's really our call to action after the amazing training. Stephen, again, as we talk, 4 or 5 times a day, you and Kevin and I, what we are now creating, what we have created. By the way, I want to just congratulate and commend you. This is on the platform of genius, in my opinion, and then to take it and put it into a network marketing model, as companies like Tupperware have affiliated their name to every rubber storage container in your house. You just call it Tupperware. As Kleenex has really coined the tissue, you may wipe your nose with a tissue, but it may not be Kleenex, but you call it a Kleenex. Make no mistake about it. What Stephen Rossiter and this management team has done and will continue to do, it will create Medicus to be a household name in healthcare and wellness throughout the world, and that's going to happen in 2016. So take part in the biggest network marketing business incubator in the history of this industry. Take part in that Founders Pack. For new people, we have till the end of the month at the $7.99. If you're in the existing business, Now upgrade, don't wait. Let's get moving. Let's get these labs out. Let's have life-changing experiences, and let's change people's financial futures forever. So thank you for joining us tonight. We'll be back Monday night at 9 p.m. for some really, really high-end network marketing training. Thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and have a very, very awesome weekend. We look forward to seeing you soon, as we will be coming out on the road very, very shortly to be having meetings throughout North America. Thank you very much. Bye for now.